nice to meet you. My name's Maddie.
I'm Megan.
Hi, all right, I'll be your social worker. And just before we get started, I just want to let you know that everything that you say here stays here between you and I, unless you give me permission otherwise to share, in case we need any resources or anything like that. I can talk to my colleagues. And also, along with that, if you do happen to mention any harming of yourself or others, I am mandated to report that. So just wanted to let you know before we get started. What brings you in here today?
Well, I've just been really stressed out here lately with finals and everything coming up, and I've been unmotivated and I don't want to do my work even though I'm stressed out about it. And so it's really stressing me out and everything, and I feel like I can't do it at all, and I want to just drop out of college completely.
So you're just feeling a bit overwhelmed with all of your schoolwork and everything you have to get done?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of stuff are you doing in school what's mainly stressing you out?
Well, I have this huge interviewing project that's due, and it stresses me out a lot because there's a lot to do with it, and it's very stressful because there's just so much that I have to do with it, on top of the fact that I still have to do volunteer service, and I have to do 60 hours for it, and then I also have tons and tons of papers to do, and so it stresses me out to have all of that coming up. And then I also hate public speaking and everything, and I have this big presentation coming up in my psych class where I have to stand in front of the entire class and give this presentation on how mental health and technology affect each other, and it's stressed me out a lot, and I've put more focus onto that one than I have the rest of my stuff.
So you just have a lot to do in a very small amount of time?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think are your issues with public speaking? What makes you kind of apprehensive about public speaking?
I'm just afraid that my information is going to be wrong and that someone is going to come up from the crowd and call me out on it, and then tell me I'm stupid and throw tomatoes and stuff at me like they do on cartoons and stuff.
Okay. Is there anything that you feel that could help? I know that you say that you feel like people are going to call you out or say your information is wrong. Is there anything that you feel that you can do in working on your public speaking that would help to reduce the feelings of anxiety when it comes with not having your information set, or people thinking that you're wrong or judging you while you're up there?
Well, I think that I could practice more and everything. It's just unto the point where I'm not motivated to do any of it, and I've been procrastinating it and everything, and so I've been putting it off, which could make it worse and could cause me to fail it and everything, and I know that, but I'm still putting it off because I don't want to do it.
Yeah. So what I hear you saying is that you feel as though you tend to procrastinate more just because you get very overwhelmed with all the tasks that you have to do at one time, that you feel like you just don't want to do it at all.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any friends or family members or any types of support groups that you could go to help you maybe, get these assignments done, or work with them if they're working on projects too?
Well, I'm really close with my friend Elena, and I work with her a lot, and she forces me to sit down and do my work, but sometimes I just ignore her.
How often do you and Elena get together?
Well, we live together, so
Okay.
we're around each other 24/7, except for when we're in class.
Is she in school also?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you could try the next time that you feel like you have a lot to get done, you could try to sit down with Elena and see if maybe she'll want to work on her schoolwork with you, and that way you don't feel as though you're so alone, with all these assignments and stuff that you have going on. I feel like it might help you to know that you're not the only person that has, assignments and homework and all these projects that they have to get done at the same time. And maybe it would help you to do it with her, so then maybe she might have some advice or some input on what would help you to not procrastinate as much, or maybe some advice on how to get your assignments done quicker and more efficiently, so you have more time to do the other things that you need to get done. Is there anything else in your life that may be bothering you or that you would like to talk about today?
Well, my mom and I got in an argument not too long ago, and it's been like adding to the stress and everything because we haven't been talking since.
Mhm.
And so that's like adding to everything, and it's making me really stressed out. But I don't really want to talk to her because I'm mad at her.
Mhm.
And so I've just been avoiding talking to her and everything. And my dad, who I'm like really close with, tells me that I should be calling her and working things out because it's really important to have a relationship with both of your parents. But I'm really close to my dad, and I'm not close to my mom at all. And my parents divorced when I was in like third grade. And so I've always just been closer to my dad. And I lived with my mom though, and we had tons of issues. And we would just butt heads on like everything. And so I would always go to my dad and complain to my mom about it, or complain to my dad about my mom. And he would always like give me advice and everything on what to do. But here lately, I just feel like his advice hasn't been as helpful because it's not something I want to do.
Mhm. So you mentioned that he wanted you to talk to your mom. How do you feel about reaching out to your mom after all the fights?
I don't want to. I actually have her number blocked on my phone, so she can't reach out to me and talk to me or anything. And so I really don't want to. And I don't really like want to talk to her ever again and everything. But my dad is like really like pushing it.
What do you think makes you so hesitant about talking to your mom? Like, why did you feel the need to block her or just cut off communication completely?
Well, she likes to criticize everything I do. And that's like, I don't like that. And so I don't like her telling me how I've done something wrong or how she thinks I'm in the wrong major. And then like not too long ago, she told me I shouldn't join the army because of my size and everything. And then I told her that I joined the National Guard. And then she told me that it was just a cop out for going into the actual army after she told me not to join the actual army because I wasn't big enough and everything. And so it's like things like that that just make me not want to like talk to her.
Do you, when she criticizes you and tells you you can or can't do these things, do you take it to heart? Do you feel as though you may be set back or you aren't able to do these things?
Not really. I don't really like take what she says to heart just because she's always done that like my whole entire life and everything. But it does bother me because it's something I'm passionate about. So I don't like being told that it's a mistake or it's stupid.
So when you've had situations like this with your mom in the past, how do you handle those? Like, what would you say to her if this situation happened before? What kind of things have you said in the past or done in the past so to help resolve with either, to tell her how you feel or to, counter what she says about or the criticisms that she's saying to you?
I usually just stop because usually if it continues, it gets worse. So I usually stop and just walk away and let it like calm down and everything. And that's usually how it like resolves and everything.
Do you feel is it an effective way of resolving the issues? Do you feel like you're satisfied with the way that ends after?
No. I always have like this urge to tell her how I really think and everything and how I feel about her saying stuff like that. But I just know it's going to cause more problems, so I don't.
Okay. And you said, how was your relationship with your dad? Good?
Yeah, we're really close. I talk to him every single day.
And have you talked to him about these issues with your mom?
Yeah, and he just tells me that it's something that everyone has to deal with. Everyone has that one parent that they're not as close to. And so they just have to learn how to deal with it, and talking to your parents is important and everything, and so you need to do it. And that's usually like what he says.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that even though you try to resolve these issues and you try to talk to your mom, it just always continues on a path that you don't want, so you kind of just shut it all down to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and write down a few notes, just letting you know these are for my benefit and for yours. So at any of the sessions, at any point in time, if you want to take a look at them, at anything that I said, feel free. They are yours to look at. I think for you, it would be beneficial if you maybe talk to your dad about opening up a better line of communication with your mom, or even starting with your mom and telling her just blatantly how you feel about when you two have arguments, and say, I feel as though, when we argue, it continues on to a point that I just want it to be over and I want it to be done. So I end it, but I don't feel as though it resolves the issues completely. Or, just even starting any type of conversation, unblocking her number maybe and just saying, hey, I'd like to talk, or just even, you don't even have to talk about the arguments, just, open up a conversation at all about your day or anything that's been going on, just so you can kind of bridge that gap and start making a better relationship with you and your mom. And I think that maybe you can go and work on those at home, or even think about maybe what you might want to say to your mom or say to your dad, and start getting that relationship to the point that you want it to be at. And I think it would be beneficial if we met back here in about a week or 2 weeks or so, and then talk about maybe some other things that are going on in your life. Okay, sounds good? All right.